Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, an Ottoman light cruiser is trying to escape, or we cornered it, basically, here outside of Benghazi, and luckily it's only going 17 knots. That's its top speed, which means we can catch it with the battleships. So torpedo boats might get to sit this one out. Also, apparently it's a storm, because I can hear the thunder. Let's see, you can just circle here. Battleships Tourville and Bretagne. We're gonna go hunt for a light cruiser. And smoke has been spotted to the north, which is, well, someone spotted it through all these clouds and the rain and the storm. Now my ships are limited to, I said 15, but it's going to be less than that, isn't it? Yeah, they're slowing down. How slow are we going to go? And we are spotted at least, so they're going to be close. 14.3. They're probably going even slower. Yeah, 12.2. Not only are they slower to begin with, I think their light cruiser is more affected by the weather than our battleships. Turn to sail parallel. These guys have some armor. It's not a whole lot, but should be enough to ensure that our 12-inch guns do not overpen. Kilometers out. A chance to hit because of the weather. Not too good. Actually, let's turn off the secondary guns so we don't have them further ruining our not so great accuracy. Maximum maximum cruising speed. Let's get all the bonuses we can here. We're going 5 kilometers out. One parcel pen. Another one. We can just get one really good main belt pen. That should be it for Berk Efsan. not quite hitting. These have a green crew, so they're not quite as experienced as the ones we played in that other battle. Which I think ended up as, if not veterans, then at least seasoned after the battle. Let's see if we can get some experience in these guys as well. And the weather cleared up. And accuracy is up from like 7% to almost 40%. So now we should be seeing some hits very soon. We hope. Half turret on Toville, not firing currently. But they'll just position here. Better. Alright, we can turn secondaries back on. There we go. One main gun out. No flooding yet. We'll get there. Turning the secondaries on made the main gun accuracy a little bit worse. But it's still better than it was in the storm. Also get a -16 for ship size. Light cruisers in 1890 are kind of small. The secondaries are really not doing much. I was hoping we'd get a little bit of flooding on the extended belts, but nah. There we go, a little bit of something. And there too. The only damage they're doing to me is sometimes knocking out my torpedoes. Now the secondaries can let rip. With their speed further reduced, I can no longer outturn my turret traverse, or outsail my turret traverse. There we go. Casualties, actually. Scuttled. But I lost some crew as well from those hits to my torpedo tubes. Alright. The question is still, can we take this before the Brits take it? It should be possible, shouldn't it? Let's go clear up the oceans here. But also the Chileans. They got some ships sailing around. Headed to the North Sea. One battleship, one heavy cruiser, one light cruiser. Whom else are they fighting? Denmark and Norway. Let's send these up here. Also to the North Sea. Hopefully we can encounter and engage these Chilean ships. I think we're like sending them to the same place. Yeah, it looks like it. So that we can just gain a little bit of victory points versus Chile and make them exit the war. Let's see, Spain. That's right. I didn't have 25,000 tons here, which I needed to take Equatorial Guinea. So I cannot launch that naval invasion, but I can take the Caroline Islands. That I can do. Give these ships something to do. Also, I would like to fight these two light cruisers. Because I know my heavy cruisers can take them, my armored cruisers. No problem whatsoever. But we also have a convoy battle. And this is one of those bad matchups that we've tried. Am I just gonna close this and give this ship the refit? And then we can try again once it's been refit with better ammunition. After which, it should be able to take care of these Spanish light cruisers. Because in addition to better ammunition, they're also getting a couple more secondary guns. Of course, this mission is not really going away. If we fight it and just retreat without taking any damage, then we can give this the refit. Because otherwise it's just gonna get dragged into battle turn after turn after turn. And never get to get that refit. It's just 2 transports. It's like not the end of the world if I don't get to sink them. And there we go. Also, it was almost out of ammo, so it couldn't really have done much. And now, because it's no longer in battle, it can get that refit and be more prepared for the next time it's pulled in to fight something. Yes. Good. Do I have a lot of these UAD light cruisers that are not getting the refit? These 3 are. These 2. OCA is repairing in Manila. 100%, but still 1 month left, so it cannot get refit right now. Well, let's see what the next turn brings us. At least we're doing very well on victory points versus both Spain and the Ottoman Empire. Alright, we got some meetings. We got some strikes. I'm saying no to alliances. Here we go. 1 Thionville class armored cruiser versus 2 of these Spanish light cruisers. And that naval invasion popped up not where my ships were, but that's okay. I can just move them. Not running away from this one. Well, I'm not. The Spaniards might. Well, they shouldn't. But, like, tactically, maybe they should. Let's turn my fat little Tumblehome cruiser around to sail parallel. And the secondaries are scoring good hits on the second one. And the main guns are scoring very good hits on Vigilante. That's 1 cruiser practically out already. Let's just have it finished off before switching. Although the secondaries are might take care of this one on their own. But now we got everything focusing Victoria de las Tunas. Which, that should be the end. Yep. That 1-inch armor belt, which just was so annoying to deal with my own light cruisers that were either over-penetrating with their armor piercing or not doing much with their HE. It just, not really that good versus my armored cruisers, which can penetrate them with their 9-inch high explosives or their secondary armor piercing. Another Thionville versus this time a an Ottoman light cruiser. Same as the one my battleships fought. In the first battle of the episode. These armored cruisers might ironically be better at that than the battleships. And there you are. Let's drop down to cruising speed. Come on, let's get some good hits here. Well, that's a pretty expensive light cruiser too. Half the cost of my armored cruiser. And I'd say quite a bit less capable. But also it has a lot of guns. A lot of 6.2-inch guns. Of course, mitts. There we go. Turning off the smaller guns, letting those main guns work uninterrupted. Like so. Let's slow down the ship a little bit more. We've been knocking out some of their main guns. None of them have exploded yet. Long come in here with their own 6-inch guns. And that's the end of it. Finished off with a torpedo detonation, actually. Spectacular. Like the end, I mean, with that torpedo detonation. That was a 3-inch gun from my own light cruiser doing that. Now, I'm losing transports in Central Atlantic, Western Mediterranean, and Philippine Sea. Let's have this set right outside of the port. Another 2 light cruisers. Heading up here. Let's cut them off. Make sure they're not bothering our shipping. We can fight an enemy battleship there. 1 turn remaining. Potentially also 1 turn remaining. The British land invasion of the same region. So, who knows which happens first. The Greeks are no longer... the Greek Navy has been reduced. Well, I tried to help them. But apparently they must have been fighting the Ottomans at the same time. With their own navy and lost too much tonnage. Yeah, that might be it. And then not have enough tonnage to actually pull off the naval invasion. That could be the issue. There, level CA also gets its refit. And the first of these are already finished refitting. So they might see battle soon. But also, meanwhile, Spain is invading Portugal. Is Portugal my friend? Yeah, they're friendly. Well, then it's a little bit sad to see them like this, but I guess there's just not that much I can do. Okay, these Chilean ships have run themselves out of fuel. It's going to take a while for them to appear up there. Now, they do have battleships with them, but I'm pretty confident in my armored cruisers. I should be able to handle it, because I know Chile. I'm pretty sure they're building the battleships I designed for them. Oh wow, Germany Mark 114s already. Japan with Mark 2 3-inch guns. Right. Well, it's what I wanted with the difficulty settings, so I can't really complain about that. I guess I truly am behind in tech. But onwards to 1894. And elections. The center party wins again. Speaking of elections, yesterday's video was a poll for which battleship design you would like to see me build around maybe closer to 1890 when I have some more technology. There will be a similar video out tomorrow for armored cruisers. Nothing really for light cruisers because France doesn't really have a lot of light cruiser hull options this early in the game. We have two now. One of those will be obsolete soon. So, anyway. Let's see what kind of fights we got. Let's see if we get to fight the Chileans. We get these two Spanish light cruisers at least. That's one of the fights I wanted. Let's see, which way are you gonna turn? East. So one's with the 1-inch belt, alright. And set the secondaries to target the closest one. Secondary so far doing very well. Main guns haven't really scored too many hits. I got a feeling they might just suddenly make up for that. Intercepted fire. Ain't that the one in the back? There we go. That's most of the bottom of the hull blown out. And this one, Pampero, is gonna sink. Now the main guns will switch over to Concordia, but she's already taken a bunch of damage from our 5-inch guns. And there we go, a flash fire. 2 flash fires, in fact. We're gonna put this on the thumbnail. Or maybe instead our own cruiser. Which has been featured before though. Maybe from inside the bridge. It's kind of hard to get the angle right. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll get something more exciting. And the flash fires keep flashing on Concordia, which now has no more main guns left because they're all blown up. I think they're losing secondary guns now. Anyway, they go down. One of these Ottoman battleships. Right. And that's also the one I designed. And again, with the displacement limitations on the Ottoman ships in 1890, it's quite a bit inferior to my own battleships. Do I need you here, Davut? Maybe not today. I'm thinking same tactics as last time. I would engage my battleships first, then bring in the torpedo boats. I don't even think it's seen my torpedo boats. Well, that's good. They can just come in unseen. What kind of armor did you have? 11 on the main belt. Now this is measuring against, I think, 80% armor quality. And this one had 5%. Yeah, so we can pen that easily. If we can hit it first. This time definitely turning off the secondaries. They strike my main tower. There go, flooding hits on Pelengi body. T3 coming in first. Enemy battleship already flooding a little bit. Torpedoes away, and we're gonna eat the return torpedo. But it's kind of hard to dodge it at that range. I just didn't bother. And I think we got it. I I think this is probably one sunk battleship. But in case it isn't, TB-90. They're also going to detach. Get ready to launch. They actually missed because the battleship was stopped from the first torpedo hits. That was a pretty clean win anyway. No transport losses this turn. And I took Cyrenaica before the Brits took it. Excellent. Let's go take care of these guys. This battleship unit I can actually send them up here to rejoin those cruisers. Just in time for fighting the Chileans. Meanwhile, Chile is actually taking Peru. You two down here. That will still not be enough tonnage to initiate a naval invasion there. You can strike Saipan, I guess, if possible. Now we have a convoy mission again. This time, Emile Bertin has had a refit applied to her. So we're going to see how she now fares against these Spanish light cruisers. Still escorting 4 transports. Yeah, faulty ammunition replaced by hopefully better ammunition. And we get that glorious 1 inch of HE penetration. And we start out with the transports very close. We can take some shots on them first. Actually, set the secondaries to deal with the transports. Main guns can go for the enemy cruisers. Already scoring good hits on Hero. And good hits on Andalusia. See, we didn't get those kind of hits before refitting. Now, there is one slight problem here though. Lack of HE ammunition. Andalusia is out though. We can just let those flash fires keep flashing. And switch fire to Oscar Nunez. I think the light cruiser deserves to be on the thumbnail. Given that it is now redeeming itself, hopefully. With both main and secondary armaments now proving effective. Very effective. And now, as a little treat, Emile Batin gets to snack on some transports. Okay, they're like sailing up this way. Main guns, secondaries. Well, they have no weapons, so I can just sail in between them. I can have like torpedoes ready to hit Hero. That should be possible. Maybe. If they want to launch. I guess not. I'm gonna have the secondaries take care of you then. There aren't even that many range guns firing, but... Alright, we're just gonna have to come back to you. Well, you surrendered. I think Estrella is gonna surrender as well. Yep, there she goes. We're just gonna cease fire on the main guns. They're not doing much to the transports, and we might need that ammunition next month. are close to surrendering. Yep. And then the last one, which is also not far away from surrendering. $39. There we go. Nice. Good job by Emile Bertin. Redeemed itself. Proves that this light cruiser design can now fight unarmored Spanish light cruisers. Excellent. Our shipyard expansion just finished. We're going to keep expanding. Transport capacity, not too bad. All things considered. Let's offer the Ottomans a peace treaty. I think I'm kind of done with them. Yeah, probably. Well, if they want to keep fighting, I can probably sink some of their ships. I can't get in here as long as we're at war because they control that strait. Ooh, but what's this I see here? Oh, that advance might falter now. Because I see a second one open up here. It stole half the personnel that was in this one. But the Spanish army force has been greatly reduced. And the Ottomans, if I get them to bow out, they're going to be retracting their forces as well. Meanwhile, Spain is taking Portugal. Not much I can do about that. And it looks like we get that fight with Chile. But first, we're gonna do the simple one. And then I guess I'm gonna be a little bit lame and make you wait for the next episode to see that first and maybe only fight versus the Chilean Navy. Let's see, what do we have here? Torpedo boats, one light cruiser. And of course the battleships, which will probably handle this on their own. And the fourth torpedo boat got teleported to repair somewhere after eating those torpedoes, closing in on the battleship. Both in the one battleship we sank this episode and the Ottoman battleships we sank a couple days ago. And right, there's a torpedo boat in that smoke screen, isn't it? Now, keep the main guns on the light cruiser, guys. You can have the secondary guns focusing the torpedo boat there. They keep resetting the main gun targeting whenever that torpedo boat becomes invisible. My secondary guns can take care of that just fine. Seasoned veterans. That should help with accuracy. Davot is also seasoned. wish you hit more, though. That's not one of my designs. This is something else. Now it's out of torpedoes, so whatever. Our light cruiser can just deal with that. And the torpedo boat surrenders. Torpedo detonation aboard the enemy light cruiser. Dealing quite a bit of damage. I haven't seen one of these things flash fire yet, I think. I think that would be a lot of flash fires, given that these have 11 main guns. It would just keep on flashing on forever, I would imagine. Yeah, that went as expected. And here we go, the one for the next episode. Chilean battleship. 9,000 tons was the limit for these things. That's more than the Ottomans. It's comparable to my own in cost. Right. We're gonna see that one next time. I don't think I'd assigned any armored cruisers for the Chileans. I think I just gave them one battleship and a torpedo boat, the standard torpedo boat design. And that was it. I didn't really expect to be fighting them in the 1890s. But here we are. And here will be next episode. Goodbye and take care.